Hi, everyone, and welcome. So, today we're going to tackle one of those parts of A2 Spanish that can be, well, a little tricky. We're talking about time. You know, questions like, how long has something been happening? When exactly did it start? And is it done yet? By the end of our time here, you're going to have all the tools you need to answer these questions like a pro. Okay, let's just dive right in with a classic challenge. How would you go about translating this sentence? I have been studying Spanish for 1 year. Go on, think about it for a second. If you're pausing or if maybe a few different options are swirling around in your head, you are definitely not alone. This is a huge point of confusion for so many learners, and we're going to clear it all up right now. So here's our game plan. First, we'll hit the trickiest part, how to talk about duration. Then we'll nail down the difference between duration and a specific starting point. After that, we'll get into the super useful stuff, like talking about completed tasks, and we'll even build a little toolkit for past events. And of course, we'll wrap it all up with a quick summary and some practice. Sound good? Let's do it.
All right, section 1. This is the big one, you guys. How do you say that an action started in the past but is still going on right now? Like saying, I have been living here for 2 years. Well, Spanish has two fantastic and totally interchangeable ways to say this.
Okay, so here they are, our two key formulas. On one side, you have hace plus tiempo plus que plus verb. And on the other, verbo plus desde hace plus tiempo. Now, the most important thing to get right off the bat is that these two mean the exact same thing. They're just different ways to arrange the words. Think of it like taking two different roads to get to the same destination. Either way, you get there. Let's break down that first formula. It's like building with blocks. You start with hace, then you add the chunk of time, in this case, 2 años. Then you pop in the little connector word, que, and you finish it off with the verb in the present tense, vivo aquí. Put it all together, and what do you get? Hace 2 años que vivo aquí. It perfectly translates to, I have been living here for 2 years. See? Not so bad. And now for formula number 2, this one just flips the structure around a bit. We actually start with the verb this time, vivo aquí, then comes our key phrase, desde hace, and we finish with the amount of time, 2 años. So you get, vivo aquí desde hace 2 años. And yep, you guessed it, it means the exact same thing as the first sentence. You can honestly just pick whichever one flows better for you.
Now here's where we need to pay close attention. We just learned that desde hace is all about a duration of time, right? A period. But what happens if we drop the hace and just use desde all by itself? Well, it completely changes the meaning.
So here's the deal. Desde, on its own, simply means since. It's not talking about a quantity of time, like 2 years or 3 months. Instead, it points to a specific moment when something started, a date, a year, maybe an event. So if you say, vivo aquí desde 2022, you're saying, I have lived here since 2022. We're not counting the years, we're just naming the start date.
And this visual really makes it click. Think of desde 2022 as putting a single pin on the timeline. Boom, that's the exact moment the action began. But desde hace 2 años, that's the whole 2-year journey that leads right up to today. One is a specific point, the other is the entire path. All right, let's switch gears to something a little more straightforward, but just as useful. We're going to talk about your to-do list. How do you say something's done or that you're still working on it? So picture this. Your friend asks you, ¿Has hecho los deberes? Have you done the homework? How do you answer? Well, Spanish has two beautifully simple little words that are perfect for this. If the action is finished, done, checked off the list, your magic word is ya. It means already. So a really common positive answer is, sí, ya he hecho los deberes. Yup, I've already done the homework. It's that satisfying feeling of a completed task. And what if it's not done yet? Then you'll want to use the phrase, todavía no. This means not yet or still not. And just so you know, you can also use aún no. They mean the exact same thing. So you would say, todavía no he hecho los deberes. I haven't yet done the homework. And here is a perfect, super common, everyday exchange. Someone asks, ¿Ya has comido? Have you eaten already? If you haven't, the quick and easy answer is just todavía no. Not yet. You will hear and use this little back and forth all the time. Great, so now that we've got ongoing actions and pending tasks covered, let's build a quick reference kit.
These are for actions that are 100% finished, totally in the past. These are the signal words that tell you we're talking about a specific completed moment.
This is basically your go-to list for the simple past tense, the pretérito indefinido. When you hear words like ayer for yesterday, anoche for last night, la semana pasada for last week, or even hace un mes for a month ago, you know the action is done and dusted. It started and finished in that specific time frame in the past. Whew, we've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From long durations to quick moments in the past. So let's do a super fast summary just to make sure all these concepts are locked in.
And here it is, the whole thing on one slide. This is your cheat sheet. To talk about a duration, how long something's been going on, you use hace que or desde hace. For a specific starting point, you use desde. For a completed task, it's ya, and for a pending task, it's todavía no. Simple as that.
So let's go all the way back to our original question, but this time it's for you. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que estudias español? I want you to use one of the formulas we learned today and drop your answer in the comments below. Honestly, it's the best way to make this grammar stick. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep up the great practice.